All right, we are live, guys. And by live, I mean we're recording it and releasing it later. But this is in the 99.
Okay.
Thanks, Ben. All right.
Yeah.
We are in the 99. I have with me today my co-host normally, Ben. The other one you can see,
Hi.
Caleb has turned into a 16-year-old child and has renamed himself
17.
Bryce. 17-year-old child who's renamed himself Bryce. Bryce, if you want to introduce yourself quick.
Well, I'm Bryce. I've been in our local play group for 4 years probably now.
4
Wow.
whole years since he was four. No.
More than 3 years, I guess. It's been about 3 years.
13 or 14, and I'm bad at math.
Aren't we all?
All right, well, guys, this is the 99. We are a podcast of a group of guys talking about some Commander, and we are at the end of the month here, so this is the first episode, but surely not the last, that we'll be looking at the year of 2020 and what it has brought us for the game of Commander. Specifically for this week, we'll be talking about the mechanics that have come out this year. Those are mechanics ranging all the way back to Theros Beyond Death, up to Zendikar Rising, and I believe we've got 5 here today that we were talking about. But to steal a line from Caleb here, without further ado, let's get into the 99. All right, guys. I'm going to scoot back here because I want to get more comfortable. There we go. So it has been a pretty fun year for Magic the Gathering in terms of mechanics. I think we've gotten some cool one here guys. Some neat things. We've got some ones that are D&D related. Those ones can piss off. But the other 4, I know it's gonna be the worst one. When we get to it, that one is hot garbage. In fact, Bryce didn't even know a whole lot about it when we were talking before the show because nobody bothers to play these. But the other ones though decent. Some of them game breaking for standard. Some of them not so game breaking for standard, but still awesome additions to the Commander format. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through, take a look at each of them, say some things that were awesome about them, some things that weren't so awesome about them, how they slot into Commander, and as a little bit of extra flavor to see, do you guys think any one of these could be their own personal theme? They're new mechanics. They only have one set at the most that they can pull from.
Right.
Can you theme an entire deck around literally a handful of cards? But let's start off here. We're going to go backwards on this one. So we're going to start off with Zendikar Rising, and we're going to work our way back to the beginning of this year with Theros Beyond Death. The first one I have here is double-sided cards. Well, it's weird because they're
ready for the other mechanic.
Not the other mechanic. That one gets saved for second. You've got a double-sided card right there. Do you not? Which one is it?
Yep. Yes, I do. This is River Glide, Lava Glide Pathway.
Is that the blue-red?
Yep.
Yeah, that's everyone's favorite one.
They're in here.
Yeah, is it colored?
My Dungeon Block and build.
Yeah, so to precursor, predispose, preordain, whatever pre you want to use here. Double-sided cards aren't necessarily new. Obviously, we have the transform cards dating back to, I don't know, Eldritch Moon or some shit. But those ones came at a cost where you played one side and then a trigger, whether it's an activated or
something else flipped it.
Yeah, something causes it to flip, and it can either do that once or it can back and forth over and over again, like with that stupid werewolf. These
God damn it, werewolves.
It was a good card. I liked it. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen somewhere when I make the video because I can't remember the name to it. But these ones are a little different. You basically, while it's in your hand, it is a Schrodinger's cat of a card. It is both and neither at the same time until you play it out.
You get to choose what you play.
You do. You get to choose as far as the most common ones, which are the dual-sided lands. They give you a little bit of flexibility. If you're playing an Izzet deck like you just showed, maybe you're getting fucked on red, play the red. Maybe you're getting screwed on blue, play the blue. It gives you that flexibility with not really that much of a drawback. I mean, I can't think of a specific drawback, but
you only get one for the rest of the game. Then that's.
But again, though, it's something where if it was a basic land, you only had that one to begin with. So at least you get a choice.
They're pretty good. I really like them.
I think as far as Commander goes, I think they honestly end up working a little better for us than they do even for standard, modern, legacy,
absolutely,
whatever format you want to play. Because you get that flexibility with it. You get to say, God, I am getting screwed on red. I'm going to play the red. Or on the flip side, play a sweet landfall deck and just bounce the land back to your hand. Put the cat back in the box, and then it is both living and dead again. Or probably just dead if it was dead going into the box. If it was dead going into the box, it's dead coming out of the box. But with those, there is another side to these double-sided cards, and that was the cycle of mythic sorceries that go with it. The Agadeem's Awakening, Shadow Skull Smashing, Turn Timber Symbiosis, Sea Gate Restoration, and Emeritus Call, which basically is a high-powered, high CMC sorcery, and then the corresponding land color on the back end. Now, for those, I know obviously with, pandemics, we haven't played as much Magic as we all would have hoped we could. Have you guys seen any of those 5 played in the last, month or two?
I didn't even know they existed until you just mentioned them today before we started recording.
So Bryce obviously did not pull a lot of Zendikar Rising because those things were fucking everywhere.
I haven't touched a single pack of Zendikar.
Oh my god.
That's sad.
It's a good thing we started with Zendikar.
I haven't opened anything seriously since Eldraine.
What? Why do we have you on?
Because I still know a thing or two about the game. And I offered to come on about 30 minutes ago.
That's debatable.
Good point. I did offer for you to come on and you accepted. So thank you. But, all right. Either way. So for Bryce, refresher here. High cost, high power cards with a corresponding land on the back. Obviously, he doesn't play them. Now, these ones I think are a bit of a different story. I think they're cool, but I think all of them are a little underpowered for the cost of them.
Yeah.
Because they had to sacrifice the basically compromising and saying, well, it's also a land, so it can be a land if you need it to be, or a sweet sorcery. So they're not quite as sweet. Like just for one, Seagate Restoration is basically double your hand size +1, and then you have no maximum hand size. But that is a 7 mana card.
Yeah.
So unless you're playing a deck... Oh, sorry, what was that?
That being said, the blue one is the best.
The blue is...
The best you play.
The blue is the best one. I think that's probably why I picked it. I think it slots in the best of things. So actually, let's go with the worst one here. Red, obviously, always the worst. I know, I'm changing over from white to red. So it is an X cost red for a sorcery that does X damage divided as you choose among up to 2 targets, and then if X is 6 or more, it deals twice that damage among 2 targets. So basically, for 8 mana, you can deal 6 damage to 2 targets. for 8 mana. That's not that great. I mean, you could just play 2 destroy creature spells, or play a destroy 2 target creature spells, or whatever it happens to be. It's not that good of a card. That's my point. It sucks. So I guess, Bryce, since you haven't played with them, you haven't seen any of these played either.
No.
Ben, you haven't? Well, no. Me and Ben have both seen the blue one played.
Yes. I've seen the blue.
So the blue one, of course, blue being the best color of all time ever in the history of time. So the blue one's the only one.
That's debatable.
Yeah, I mean, you could debate if it's blue or blue again. Nah. Nobody likes Demir.
Okay, fine, be that way. Nobody likes Demir, he says, knowing full well we've had a guest on twice.
See, I
have a Demir deck sitting next to me.
You guys are gross.
Ryan.
What do I
was referring to Ryan.
I have a Simic deck next to me. I feel like a chump. Alright, so then I guess...
Hey!
Oh. Okay, so I guess...
Deck as well.
Basically for the double-sided cards, safe to say that they're decent enough, especially the double-sided land. Everyone fair on that one?
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, the other question I have here, do you guys think you could make a double-sided themed deck?
No.
Keeping transform out of it. No transform.
No.
No.
It's not a strong enough ability on its own. Doesn't have enough card base to support a deck that would work in that type of format. It would need more cards printed with the same ability.
That's fair. I'll agree with the both of you on that one. Double-sided is not quite good enough. Sorry, Watsy, you tried really hard, and by tried really hard, I mean you probably didn't even think about that and didn't care. No. So, all right, let's go on to the next one though here, guys. And this is the one that Ben thought I was gonna say first, but I pulled the old switcheroo on him, pulled a sneaky, and that is the party mechanic that Bryce also doesn't know about.
Oh my goodness.
It's so bad.
It is. It is really bad. Okay, so
awful.
To give a nutshell in the party mechanic, this is the D&D mechanic. This is the one that their idea of bridging this stupid gap between D&D and Magic the Gathering, a gap that, mind you, doesn't need to be bridged because you don't need to. People already play both of them at the same time, and it feels like pandering. But either way, basically in a nutshell, these cards either cost less or get more powerful or unlock the power that they have based on the number of party members you have on the field. Those party members being clerics, rogues, warriors, wizards, and allies. That being only one of each. Yes. You can't have 5 wizards and count as a party. These ones really pissed me off. These ones I fucking hated. And the saddest thing is, out of everything that we're going to talk about, this is the one that is the most integrated to past cards. Every other one is...
Yep.
Yeah, every other card or every other mechanic that we'll talk about is pretty much stuck in its own little set or, its own little block. This one, since there have been clerics, rogues, warriors, wizards, and allies printed since basically the beginning of Magic, this one should have been a slam dunk. Biggest problem being, though, every single one of these party cards sucks. None of them are good. The main one, and the one that I think I was excited for until I read it, Tazri, Beacon of Unity. A 5-color commander. We could finally get away from stupid Golos. We could finally stop making decks with Child of Alara just so we have 5 colors.
Yeah.
And this one is a 4 white for a 4/6 human warrior. Costs 1 less for each creature in your party, so you can make it cost just 1 white. But then for a hybrid of either 2 and blue, black, red, or green, look at the top 6 cards of your library. Reveal 2 party members, whether it be any of the ones I talked about, and put them into your hand. Put the rest of the cards at the bottom of your library. Basically, it's a deck filter.
It's a card draw.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, it sucks because you at best that ability is going to cost you 4 to do, which obviously repeatable, which is fine. But at worst, you might only get your white out. And then that ability costs 8. Or it costs 6.
Yep.
Or 4. Yeah, whatever. It costs whatever you need it to be.
It should have been put onto the battlefield, honestly.
Oh, just reveal 1. Put it onto the battlefield. It's like calling
absolutely.
That still would have been better.
There's got to be. There's got to be a D&D reference where you bring in somebody to come help fight with you. Is there not like a companion like Skyrim? Like you got your companion, right? Anybody?
Not that I know of.
Think so?
I don't play D&D.
So.
Do neither of you guys play D&D?
If they give it,
I do, but not
played
much.
before.
Okay, so no huge D&D fans in here, but I assume there's a companion mechanic somewhere within D&D. And they could have piggybacked off that and been like, "That's fucking awesome!" Like, because was that Golos that does that? I think Golos does something
Yeah,
similar.
it's a lot like Golos, which is bad. It's a bad Golos.
It's a really shitty Golos. It's a really shitty Niv Mizzet.
You still have to cast those.
You do. Well, you remember Niv Mizzet was like, what, reveal the top 10 or something stupid, and then you got one of each color or something fucked. But they all went to your hand. The hand doesn't... It helps. The hand helps. But it's not worth it. It's not like you're not going to break the game, and it's not going to be very fun because you're just sifting through your deck. You're just getting the cards you'd normally draw anyways. You're not having any fun interactions. So I guess...
But it could be putting those cards on top of your library.
Well, yeah, that could be. And then I would burn every copy of that card that I had. Instead, it gets the pleasure and the good graces to sit in my binder for all eternity while no one grabs it because nobody's building that shit deck. Yeah, it's garbage.
Absolutely.
It is absolute garbage. And there's other ones out here. We shouldn't just shit on Tazri because there's plenty of other party cards that suck just as much. But
Are there any other commanders?
I don't think there was any other. I don't think there's any other party commanders. Was there? No, there's not.
There was one other one technically that cost cheaper. It was with your party.
No, that one is the cost cheaper with your party.
There's Zagreus.
What the fuck is
The
Zagra?
black vampire. What?
Oh.
You've never played against my Zagreus deck? Bro.
No, I haven't, and I wasn't even paying attention.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Zagreus? Oh, yeah.
He's red-black. He's the only good one.
And he's not even like...
Bigger.
With the exception of costing less with party,
Yeah.
nothing else he does has anything to do with the party. He's
Exactly.
got flying death touch and haste, and he gives other creatures death touch. And when a creature deals combat damage to a walker, it acts as if it has death touch.
Right.
God damn it, Watsy.
That's just bad.
Well, that one, like, if it was just a card, I'd be like, oh, it's a decent enough Rakdos card. But I don't know, like, what the fuck does a vampire have to do with D&D? I don't know, probably a lot. I'm sure
Probably
there's
a lot.
yeah. I
I
assume
think it would be better if it doesn't like give each creature in your party 1/1 or something.
Well, that's what they
It's a little
should be.
lower.
It should be like a +1/+1 for each member in your party.
It's like 6 mana. I would expect more than that.
I expect more out of this entire set. No, I don't. I love
Yeah.
Zendikar Rising.
I
I
would expect
hated
more
that.
than just Death Touch for 6 mana.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I guess as far as Zendikar Rising goes, and party mechanics and double sided, Zendikar Rising did a lot to help mechanics that had already been established. Landfall, namely, would be the big one, but there's a couple other
Big one.
things in there.
Yeah.
But as far as the party goes, for Commander, do you guys see it pretty much dead? Just no one's going to play it. It's not going to be a thing.
No.
I don't think it's ever
unless they
gonna
bring it back in a
go
later
off.
set.
And this is the
We'll
one
have to
where
have more cards printed about it.
this is the one where I guess for me, while I hate it, I do think that as a theme, you can theme it. It's not going to be good, but you can theme this because you have all of Magic to pull from. So,
Yeah, you could build a deck around it.
all right, but that's all I gotta say about that one. That was, ugh.
Yeah.
All right, for the next one here, guys, we are gonna go to Ikoria, the beautiful land of monsters and beasts, and we're gonna talk about keyword counters. So to give a little bit on this one, keyword counters are basically +1/+1 counters or -1/-1 counters, whichever counter you usually use. But instead of giving you that +1/+1 or -1/-1, they're giving you vigilance, lifelink, death touch, double strike, first strike, lifelink. I think I said lifelink already. They're giving you any number of keywords, and this is one that. It had a commander and a precon that had this kind of playing with this different keywords. I don't know if it made counters in the deck, but
It did.
it did. Okay, so it made counters. It played with the whole keyword approach, but I think the biggest thing is that instead of it being a board state ability like previously, you'd have a card that would say all creatures have death touch, things like that. You're giving a counter that you can then interact with. You can move counters around. You can move the death touch to somebody else. You can Voltron keywords instead of just doing like a board state to add those keywords to an individual creature. As far as
what was the artifact that moved around?
Uzalith. Yeah. Uzalith would was it if a creature died, all of his counters went on Uzalith, and then at the beginning of combat you can move counters around.
Yes.
I think that was it. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
So you had a card
Usually.
you had a card specifically designed to help you move some fucking shit around, which is pretty cool. Not bad. I liked the fact.
Whenever a creature leaves the battlefield.
Was that?
It's a leave the battlefield. So it's a leave the battlefield. It could like bounce to your hand too, and the counters would land on it.
Yeah. Let me bring it up here. Yeah. So you can, when it leaves the battlefield, take the counters off, put out Uzalith. Beginning combat, you can move all counters from Uzalith to a target creature. So that's where like it's like a snowball effect. It's a snowball Voltron. And you just steadily you steadily keep fucking moving those counters, plopping them on one thing or going wide. It doesn't matter. It's your deck. You play how you want. But this one, how do you guys feel about the keyword counters? Do you guys love them?
I like it.
Awesome.
Was that awesome?
Absolutely awesome.
Those are astute. I think you had a deck that played with them, didn't you, Ben?
Yes.
Yeah.
It took a pretty
Then
fun
you
and
can
updated.
interact with them because you can interact with them and stuff like Solemnity and all that too to really screw with people.
Well, I mean, Solemnity would do the opposite of what
Solemnity,
you want.
Yeah.
Solemnity would be like,
what I'm saying, you can-
fuck your keyword counter deck.
Okay.
Right.
No, I see what you mean. It's like Solemnity,
The interaction. You can
yeah,
have with it.
screws it. Or, I mean, the other thing is proliferate,
Yeah.
You forget proliferate's not just for +1/+1 counters. It's for any and all counters.
Exactly.
So you could keep plopping them up, move something, proliferate, bounce, move to Uzalith, keep moving them around.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of fun things that you can do with it.
Yeah.
I think it is one that, while not quite as extensive as the party mechanic is, in terms of, did you just turn blue? Oh, I thought your lights turned blue. Oh no, your lights are turning blue. Now they're turning orange. Now we have a whole new thing to talk about, Ben. Fuck Magic the Gathering. Let's talk about lighting. I don't have lights that change colors, okay? I got a green screen right there.
I don't have them either.
Get good.
I'll fucking go buy some lights right now, goddammit. I'm a 30-year-old, kind of successful. Alright, but to go over this one quick here, guys.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
He's gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys both liked it. As far as the theme, or as far as a theme deck goes, can you build a theme deck? Yes or no?
Yes.
I think you can.
You
have to be very careful about how you build it, though, because there's only so many cards that have that interact with those specific counters, or create them, or do stuff with them. So you have to be careful about how you work with them.
That was weird.
But I think yes, you can.
That was weird.
Did you hear it too?
A
No?
little
Hear
bit.
what?
Something like slammed on the ground below me. Weird. All right, but yeah. So, what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. You could make a deck from it. That's all I care about. I'm trying to keep within a time limit here. So, on to the next one. So this is going to be the by far more common and I think more beloved mechanic of Ikoria, and that's going to be the mutate mechanic. And I was looking for these. Look at these sexy foil mutate cards. Ooh. Those came from packs upon packs of stolen collector's packs at Walmart.
Oh, okay. You said from Walmart.
They were stolen from Walmart.
Walmart.
And my local LGS, okay? Calm down. What's up, Ben?
Whoa.
Now you gotta be a detective and find me. But, yeah, so...
Yeah, exactly.
As far as...
I know where you live.
Oh, yeah, you... fuck, you both do. Never mind. So to give a rundown of the mechanic ability, basically all the creatures that have mutate mechanic, not mechanic ability. The mutate mechanic, all the creatures that have mutate can either come on the battlefield as a creature in themselves, or if there's already a creature on the battlefield, they can pay the mutate cost, allowing them to basically Cronenberg themselves onto the creature and have some fun extra ability that basically is exponentially increased every time you mutate more and more shit on that one creature. It is basically the Voltron Wet Dream, because
Yeah, basically.
yeah, you just get to fucking pile on ability after ability, like searching for a basic land every time it mutates, or putting 2+1/+1 counters on it every time it mutates, or looking at the top card of your library.
Me off so much.
I mean,
Some of these cards that pissed me off.
some of them were great, some of them were amazing. But yeah, just being able to do that, and then you could stack mutates if you had two of the same mutate abilities that you search for a land card. You search for two every time it mutated. And this one also came with a fair number of legendary creatures that could be used as commanders that allowed you to exploit that mutate mechanic.
Yeah.
Only downside being is that there was no 5-color. No 5-color mutate commander.
Yes.
So you did not get to utilize a full mutate monstrosity 5-color deck. But yeah, if you
disgusting.
I tried really hard to make one. I think by the end of it I figured out that like Vadrock might have been the best one to mutate around. He was pretty good to mutate. But
Sure.
as far as the mutate mechanic goes, guys, what'd you like about it, and was there anything you didn't like about it?
Well, personally, what I didn't like about it is it got really overpowered really fast in some commander decks. So it almost became too fast of a deck when people used it.
You liked it because it was too good, or you hated it because it was too good?
I hated it because it was too good.
That's rude. Ben, how do you feel about it, Ben?
Mutate was very fun.
Ben, you're just killing it with these on point.
Yeah.
I enjoy the mechanic.
Hot
I just
takes.
didn't like how powerful it could be.
Ben obviously is tired. I'm the one getting over COVID, and I have more energy than you, Ben.
Yeah, I know.
And I am too. I got over COVID like a week and a half ago.
Look at Bryce. He almost died, Ben, of COVID.
Oh.
Look at him. He still
Yeah,
has the bruising on his esophagus from the ventilator. So
Yeah. Yeah, that 98%. Oh boy.
now I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna give you COVID, Ben.
Good. I finally have it, so I can finally like. No, I'm not getting into that. Not getting into that.
Joke's on you, Ben. State of Minnesota has deemed me no longer contagious. I can now go work
Yay.
with vulnerable adults again. Thank God.
Yay.
All right, so yeah, this one I agree with you guys. It was a good mechanic, but it ran away quick. You didn't control it, which is so weird because it shouldn't be hard to control. Voltron decks are not tough.
You just need swords or half.
That's all you need. You don't need anything. Fucking Doomblade or fucking Murderer. Cast.
They could rebuild so fast though.
But even if you
really.
destroy it, you're getting rid of so many cards that if they or if they mutated out 6 cards, that's 6 cards you're gone. That's a good chunk of your mutate cards.
That's a 6 for 1. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know why it was so tough, but goddamn, I did have games where people just ran away with it, and I was just like, I don't know how to stop you. You're too good.
No.
Gold medal.
Only had that a couple times because nobody knew what was coming.
Yeah.
As a blue player, I've had issues with it too because like you can't counter the ability because they're activating the ability and there's nothing you can do about it.
No, you can't. Blue definitely. This almost shit on Blue's ability to take care of things because you can't counter it, and then Blue's other ability, which would be to bounce it, just bounces every goddamn card back to their hand. It's not like an enchantment aura where they all fall off and it go to the graveyard. So
no,
right.
The whole stack goes back to their hand, and you just hope they go over hand size and have to discard some at the end of their turn after they rebuild.
Yeah. So come to think of it, mutate awesome anti-blue. Awesome anti-blue. All right, so we talked theme. Obviously, the theme would work for it because we've all played very good mutate decks. All right, guys.
Or against,
whatever. All right,
I've never played one myself.
Last thing here, guys. The very last one. This is going back to the very beginning of the year. If you guys could put yourself in a mindset here. Freshly fallen snow is on the ground. You're just coming off of the Christmas festivities, and you've gotten everything you've wanted from Santa Claus. Hot cocoa is nestled firmly in between your hands as you feel a certain sense of joy and cheer come over you. because you realize that Magic the Gathering is going back to one of its most iconic planes, and that is the plane of Theros. We have Theros Beyond Death. And with that one, only one new mechanic. They did have two other ones. One of my favorite ones, which is Constellation. But the new mechanic for this set was Escape. In a nutshell, the Escape mechanic allowed you to pay a mana cost, as well as exile a certain amount of cards from your graveyard to return a card from your graveyard back to the battlefield. The most iconic card, probably of this year, is an Escape card. Uro. Titan's Wrath, or whatever the hell the second part is.
Uro. Everybody knows who Uro is.
Everyone knows who Uro is. This card
There might be
steamrolled.
some listeners who don't.
Those listeners need to leave now. Go play a different game. You know what? Maybe they know what Blue Eyes White Dragon is. They can go play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because if you don't know Uro, which will go down, I guarantee you, it will go down as an iconic card of the last 10 years, 10 years from now. That card destroyed things. That card fucked Standard. That card was super fun. That card made an awesome commander and a great addition to many, many Simic decks. Escape, though, is what we're talking about.
I would say, out of the Escape cards in general that came out of that set, one of my favorites is Underworld Breach.
Was that the red one?
Yep, that's that. Everything in your graveyard gets escaped. And you can pay 3 or exile 3 to return them.
Give everything
So
escape, Ben. Everything gets escape. Your land, it's got escape now. Escape. But no, you have a card that gives everything escape, much like if you think Past in Flames gives everything flashback.
Right.
But you've got 3 pretty powerful cards that all had the escape mechanic. You had Uro, you had Kroxa, which were the 2 de facto titans of the group. Yeah, they're better than the gods. And then you had Elspeth, Sun's nemesis. The Planeswalker. Huh?
She sees play.
She does in white decks.
Oh.
They don't have that many cards to choose from, Ben. Okay?
No.
Maybe you shouldn't shit on white decks.
White sucks.
Oh, no. For like the last year, you've just been on white decks.
I know, and I've changed a leaf, okay? I've turned over a new chapter in my life.
Okay.
And now I'm shitting on red.
I just personally hate mono white.
Fuck red.
I don't like mono white.
No, mono.
You.
I don't want to fight here, Bryce. Mainly because when it comes down to it, I can just mute you. So I'm gonna let that slide.
That was good.
Okay, guys, we are sidetracking here. You need to stop.
Yeah.
And we need to talk about, do you think Escape's a good mechanic or not?
Yes. I really like it.
What do you like about it, Bryce?
It just brought a whole new concept to the game of it brought the idea of flashback, but it's just a whole nother way that it works. And like with the Titans, how when you play them, they would automatically go to the graveyard, so you had to the escape to get them onto the battlefield. And I like that whole idea.
I like that idea too, Bryce. I like it a lot. What I also liked was that flashback, because you compared it to flashback, and don't lie, you did. Flashback gives you 1 extra shot. Flashback gives you 1 extra turn at it. And then it's going to exile. Escape, or escape as they say in France. You get to do that as many times as you damn well please, as long as you got that fucking card base in your graveyard. Over and over again. Money shot after money shot. Drenching your opponent in your good, gooey winningness. Ah, it's hot. That's all I gotta say about Escape, guys. It was an alright mechanic.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was alright. It needed more powerful cards other than the two powerful.
Well, yeah, Elspeth and Elspeth again, I know.
I was thinking Most Rider. Most Rider was a good one.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the one that made the two goats.
There's a couple like
Honorable
source.
Breaches playing-
Well, I mean, they all see play
Honorable-
somewhere. There's always
Yeah,
idiots
Honorable
out there.
Breach sees play in CEDH. That's where it's big.
See, Ben? That's why we brought him on, because he knows CEDH. He knows Cadet. Okay, guys. So last question here is, do you guys see the ability to make a themed Escape deck, a deck solely based around the Escape mechanic?
I think you can.
If you went 3-color, yeah.
Would it be good?
No, you'd have to go 4-color.
Not on its own.
Would it be good? Maybe.
I like the way you guys think.
You'd have to go red, black, green, blue with it, honestly.
That makes sense.
But then you can have Elspeth.
Yeah, Ben. You can't have Elspeth.
Right?
You gotta go 5-color.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
Hey,
guess.
I have bro, I have a I'm staying on point.
Oh God,
Bro.
he's staying.
No, see, I hate planeswalkers, remember? God.
Oh, you hate planeswalkers. Okay. You know, technically in the game, you're a
Yeah,
planeswalker,
that's
right?
it.
You're technically a planeswalker in the game.
Yes, I hate myself. I got it.
Just making sure. All right, guys, that's the 5 mechanics here. That is the bit. Those are the 5 mechanics, though. I think we've learned a lot today, guys. I think we have.
Yeah.
We've learned that Bryce has color-changing lights in his room. We learned that Bryce is a huge fan of mono white. We've learned that Bryce has a microphone that looks suspiciously like a penis. We've learned a lot.
Nice microphone. It's not even mine. It's my mom's. So shut up. My mom has a microphone that looks like a penis.
I bet it is your mom's.
I think that makes it worse.
Oh, that it does. That it does. All right, guys, we've got 2 other things here. We got 2 other things that we got to do. So let's chop, hurry it up. Get over to that Commander's Advocate. I will do the first one. I'm going to do this for Ben. Ben, I need you to do one for Bryce. Bryce, I need you to do one for me. So I'll start us off here. And Ben, what you're getting today is Kiyomaru, First to Stand. This is a Spirit Star. All right. Well, you know what? While you're Googling that, I'll explain it to the listener.
Yeah.
It is a 3-white whelp. Kiyomaru. That is Kiyomaru. First to Stand. 3 white for a legendary spirit. And Kiyomaru, First to Stand's power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. As long as you have 4 or more cards in your hand, he has vigilance. And whenever he deals damage, if you have 7 or more cards in hand, you gain 7 life. I'm going to say the fucking worst commander. That thing is hot garbage on a play.
You have to.
I have to because it's contingent on cards. Contingent on card draw. The thing white
God.
sucks at. So
Yeah.
It doesn't fuel any either.
Nope, doesn't fuel it at all. It's terrible. And it's 5 cost. So Ben, why is this the best commander ever?
It's the best because It's the best because it has life gain. So therefore, if you have 7 or more cards in hand, you can laser beam everyone with the Aetherflux Reservoir.
That's your reasoning? Is that
Reservoir.
Aetherflux Reservoir?
Yep. That's the best I got.
I like it. I like it.
Bryce, you shouldn't like that. Don't encourage him on bad behavior. All right, Ben, give Bryce some love.
Okay. Okay, here we go, Bryce. Just for you.
Yep.
Kira, Great Glass Spinner.
Kira?
Okay, 1 blue. Kira. Kira.
All right.
Creatures you control have. It's 1 blue. Flying Spirit. Creatures you control. We've already had this one.
I don't think we have.
Okay.
I think we just had another.
A very similar one, probably.
Yeah.
Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability. Why is this the best, Bryce? Worst commander.
Well, on its own, it's not terrible. It would be good in some sort of build where you can, in a high creature deck, something like maybe like a wizard's build or some sort of other mono blue high creature tribe. So it helps protect your creatures, and it can get you that. What the hell is that face, Ben?
I'm agreeing with you.
I don't know.
I'm agreeing with you. You're making astute points and apt observations of this card. You're doing so well, Bryce. Keep going.
That's about all I have. It's really not that good of a commander.
There you go.
Nope.
You tried your best, Bryce.
I think it would be good in the 99.
Ooh, name drop like that.
Ooh.
All right, Bryce, hit that randomize button. Give me a commander.
We have Naban, Dean of Iteration, from Dominaria. And he says, if a wizard entering the battlefield under your control causes a trigger the ability of a permanent you control to trigger, the ability triggers an additional time.
Is this the best or worst?
Why is this the best commander ever?
So you're saying it's the worst? You want me to explain?
It's not that good.
All right.
ETBs of specifically wizards.
Just give him a softball, why don't you?
All right. So you're in the color scheme of wizards. Let's be fair here. Blue is fucking jam-packed full of wizardy goodness. Not to mention the fact you have a shit ton of ETB effects. It doesn't have to be a wizard doing the ETB effect. It just has to be a wizard triggering the ETB effect. I'm trying to think of any that come to mind specifically, but Archaeomancer, that's a good one. Get double the number of fucking instants or sorceries back. You've got a bunch of artifacts that you can have, an ETB ability on, and generally speaking, the biggest weakness this card has is how small the toughness is. The pinnacle dies to bolt. But building a deck based solely around ETBs and then just stacking the creature side with wizards to double the effectiveness of that ETB is it's a killer for this guy. And I will say This is a better in the 99 card. It can still make a competent commander, though. I would be happy.
Yeah,
My mono blue Teferi, I'd pop Teferi out and throw this guy in, have some fun. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, get a little down and dirty at the no-tell motel with Naban. I'll do it. I'm okay with that.
I think I personally ran him in the 99 of my.
He's a sexy guy.
He never was the deck I built once. It was my mono blue wizards.
He's like Doctor Strange. That's what he looks like. He's hot.
He really did. I was thinking that he looked a lot like Doctor Strange.
Thank you. Does he not look like Benedict Cumberbatch?
He does. He looks like Benedict Cumberbatch.
I thought he looked like the Grinch.
What are you doing now, Bryce?
Finding random shit on my desk, like this really bright headlight for my bike.
God damn it, Bryce. Go get a car. All right, guys.
I have a car.
Last thing here. I want us to get out of the 99. So for this, I want each of us to wind down a little bit, get our minds off of Magic, and offer up one recommendation outside the world of Magic that you guys would recommend to our listeners, whether it be a book, a movie, a video game, and just why you think that everyone should watch it, try it, play it, whatever. Bryce, let's start with you. Give us one recommendation outside the world of Magic.
I'm gonna go for a video game since that's what I've been doing recently.
What is it?
I recently started playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on Nintendo 64.
Ah.
So,
You want to...
Very nice.
It's like you're playing the second best Zelda game ever made.
what's the best?
Majora's
Breath of the
Mask.
Wild?
Majora's Mask!
I
That.
want to play Majora's Mask, but I can't afford it.
Alright, fair
They're
enough.
about $100
I
right
can't find it in Minnesota anywhere.
I'm
now.
not...
Level Up Hasting.
I've
Level
been
Up
looking
Hasting time
forever.
when I got mine.
I'm not
Level Up
gonna...
Hasting
And it
time.
did not have it. We went the next
No?
day. It did not have it.
Oh wow!
I'm
It
not...
was there when I was there.
I'm not gonna let Bryce give a reason why he is suggesting Ocarina of Time, because one, it's a 25-year-old game, so most people know of it already.
Most people would have.
Two,
Great
it's
game.
it's a classic. It's iconic. You don't need to explain yourself.
Yeah.
It's an amazing game. All right, Ben, what would you recommend to the listeners?
I recommend a friend's podcast.
Yeah, do it.
Cool. Honolulu's Hangout. YouTube's.
Is that Honolulu's Hangout?
Honolulu's Hangout.
Okay, so Honolulu's Hangout, I'm assuming is from Hawaii. I'd laugh if he's not. He's like, I'm from Utah. Alright. It's a good podcast though?
It is a good podcast.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out after
They
this. I got some
have a
time to
secret-
kill.
Cool. And they're having a secret special guest later. Wink.
Bryce, you're on 2 podcasts today? Holy shit. Well, that's good. I'll check it out. I'll check it out, and I'll be checking out for that secret special guest.
Sweet.
I think maybe we should have our own secret special guest, one that actually plays Magic. Bryce.
Zing.
Where, Bryce? This is a
Whoa.
G-rated show, Bryce. What the fuck? All right. So I guess
I slipped a little bit.
that's okay. So I guess for mine then, since we've got a video game, we have a podcast, I'll do something to watch. What I have been watching is 2 shows, actually. They tie in together. Titans and Doom Patrol. Have you guys, either of you saw either of these yet? They're fucking
I've heard of
stellar.
them. I haven't seen them.
Okay, so you know how like Marvel went the route of like family fun? DC was just like, fuck that. You're gonna watch Batman. That's basically it. Like, he tells Batman to fuck himself. like Robin's killing people in it and shit, and like it's crazy. And Doom Patrol is like just as good. It's got Brendan Fraser of The Mummy fame, and he's a race car driver who gets into an accident and becomes a robot man. But you don't feel sorry for him because he was also fucking the nanny. It's a weird show, but this is all DC. This is like Superman, Batman shit.
Right.
But in that world, it's crazy. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. If you have, check it out again. But that's the show, guys. Bryce, I would like to extend a big thank you for joining us today. It really was a pleasure seeing your beautiful room and the fact that you look slightly like you're going on the stand to tell the judge where he touched you. And Ben, obviously you're here with me all the time, so it's a treat. And we'll be back again tomorrow to record again for a totally different 2020 recap episode. That one will be the best stuff, and that will have Caleb back on it again. So that's good. And you guys, for any of our listeners, you can find me at MN Frost on Twitter. Ben, you can
at
go.
Other Ben 007.
Bryce, I don't know if you use Twitter. If you do, throw the handle out, man. Doesn't use Twitter. Doesn't
use Twitter.
Doesn't use Twitter. All right. Well, if you guys want to reach out to any one of us or let us know why you think Bryce was the best ever, or why you're wondering what looks suspiciously like semen coming out of his ears, you can tweet all three of us at N_the_99. But guys, I think that's the show here, guys. So I'd say on the count of three, let's say bye. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
The fuck? On the count of three, I will fucking edit this so you say bye the right time. So just don't fuck with me, okay? Count of three. 1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.